Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Thursday night football preseason, week 4. This is the end until we get to the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Steelers and the Bills tonight. Hopefully, we'll see a mix of the starters and, of course, the second and third stringers. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. And, of course, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications that way you don't miss a stream. Quick shout outs to the Wrench Gang, the family, all the listeners, all the watchers. I do appreciate each and every one of you as we prepare to get started. All right. Kickoff is going to be in about 20 minutes here, 20 minutes of kickoff. You got your spread here as the Bills are favored by 3. The over-under is 36.5. Plus 133 on your money line for the Steelers and minus 161 on the money line for the Bills. So there you go. Ryan Devlin, Allen playing? I'm not sure. I did see a couple articles saying maybe, but I would expect so. I would expect to see him on the field. This is the last game of preseason, so I would definitely expect it. Shout out to you, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. Getting started early with the votes. We currently have 83% for the Bills. Bills Mafia holding it down as we prepare to get started. Shout out to Destiny. Destiny won the Tops 2026 Tops flagship football mega box last week's game. We're going to be doing some jerseys in the next couple of weeks for the season openers. So make sure you're here for that. It's going to be a great time, good, more giveaways. We got some jerseys on the way. I got more boxes of cards on the way. And, so we'll mix it up. We'll mix it up this year and, get some more stuff going for you guys as, we have some fun for the season. All right. Where are we at here? So everything should be fixed. I know last week we were having some kind of trouble with the audio. So the audio should be taken care of. Ric Flair is back in the building. Ric Flair is back. Audio's back. I think we're good to go, y'all. We're good to go. Rhodeezy, what up? Says, what up, Jay? 2026, here we go. Back for another season. I'll be listening to your streams at work. Shout out to you, Rhodeezy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, another year. We're six seasons in, 6 strong seasons. I'm glad to be here. I'm sure you guys are as well. Preseason football, it's fun, right? It's fun. It's not it doesn't have that same feel to it, but it gets us prepared for what's going to happen and hopefully what we think is going to happen. You never know with football. So glad to be here. Glad to have fun with you guys. Last preseason game for the Bills until we get to the regular season. Shout out to you guys. I can see and I can hear you. Let's go. Shout out to you, Sassy. Yeah, everything should be good to go. Everything should be good to go. Audio should be good. Like I said, we got Ric Flair back in the building. The music is back. So we should be good to go. Everything should be working properly. I'm excited. I fixed all the issues. Better knock on wood. But now I fixed everything, so we should be good to go. And I got my music back, right? So I got the music back. We good to go there. So yeah, everything is on point. There we go. Shout out to you guys. The only thing I don't like is they've switched the poll. I'm so used to the poll being at the top, and now the poll is at the bottom. It throws me off, but I guess it's fine because with the poll being at the bottom, I could just basically see all the chat scrolling up and I don't have to move anything. So that's fine. Perfect. All right. I see what you're doing, YouTube. I see what you're doing. Says, no more All-Star game this year. What are we going to do? So yeah, we're starting the Good Morning Show back up, right, for the season. So that'll be started once we hit September. I'm going to talk about all this stuff every morning, so make sure you guys are here for it. Pro Bowl. I think it's fine. And the reason why I think it's fine is because you got rid of the actual game that everyone actually came to see, right? So they got rid of the actual contact football. Then they did the flag football thing, and then they turned it into Pro Bowl mini games. Nobody wanted to see that, right? Nobody wanted to see it. They know the ratings were trash. When you had real football for the Pro Bowl and everybody went to Hawaii, it was a fun thing. You got to see your favorite players out in the field actually playing contact football. But when they decided to take it away and then give you mini games, we don't want to see Peyton Manning and all them trying to just see who can throw the ball the farthest. That's what the draft is for. That's what the combine is for. So yeah, I'm fine with it being gone. I'm fine with it being gone. I do question though, because I know those guys do get paid. What happens to their money, right? Do they still get paid for that? Do they still get checks for being, in the Pro Bowl essentially? I think that's kind of my question. What happens as far as, with them getting paid? So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Jason, what up, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you. I don't really get it, but I think if you were going to do anything with the Pro Bowl, then bring back contact football, and they weren't going to do that. And so, they're like, you know what? We'll get rid of it. Speaking of getting rid of people, how about getting rid of Deshaun Watson, Browns? You've got everybody mad. Even non-Browns fans are mad at the Browns right now because of this Deshaun Watson situation. The fans are mad. The non-fans are mad. Analysts are raising big question marks. There's a lot going on. And so I think at the end of the day, you have these kind of conversations and problems as an organization and the chemistry and the team and all that kind of stuff starts to become an issue because the owners don't listen, but they never do, right? It's their team, upper management makes their decisions. And we get, Deshaun Watson's situation where it's like, oh, we paid this man millions of dollars. He needs to at least get out there and earn his money. I get that. I get that side of it. It does make sense, right? You want to get some kind of value out of him. But if he doesn't go out there and win games, well, what are you going to do anyways? You're going to put Shador in, and then you're most likely going to try to find a trade where you can dump Deshaun Watson off from somebody else, but they're not going to want to foot the bill. So you're most likely going to be paying Deshaun Watson to go somewhere else, and Shador's still playing. So, I don't know. Not a fan. Shout out to you, Frederica. What up? What's going on with your Rich Gang in the building? The family in the house? Yeah, I don't agree with starting Deshaun Watson. I get it from a logistic point of view, and I get it from an owner point of view as far as trying to get some value back from all the money you spent. But just like anything else, you have a team that just so happened to make a bad decision and a whole lot of money was involved. And so now they're stuck with dealing with a bad decision and they're trying to find some value out of it. Does it make sense? No. Is it logical? Sure. Point Dexter, what up? What's going on with you? Mark in the building. Says, who else drafting season-long fantasy leagues this Saturday? My drafts don't start until next week. Yeah, next week. That's when my drafts start. So I'm excited. Right? Fantasy is always exciting. You get the draft, some of your favorite players, and hopefully other people don't snatch up your players in time, and you do your mock draft and all that. Fantasy, I love fantasy. It's if you play Madden, then obviously you know how Madden goes. Being able to control a team as far as like being like a coach is way different from like just playing with the players in Madden the standard way. So shout out to you, Eric. Says the Jack is ready. I see you. It says looking forward to seeing Hot Wheels Wheeler being an X Factor. I agree. I want to see what he gonna do. He been balling. I hope he not only makes the team, but actually gets some good playing time too. Shout out to you, Corey. You know. All right, y'all. So we got kickoff coming up here in about What is that? What is that? Oh, you better kick off in about 11 minutes here coming up. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We're currently at 28. 28. Let's try to get to 40. 40 more likes, 40 more thumbs up. We need 12 more. 12 of you to hit that like, hit that thumbs up button so we can get to our goal of 40 at this point. Says Bills players not in uniform tonight. Shout out to Sassy with the updates. TJ Saunders, Dorian Williams, Cole Bishop, Deion Walker, Joshua Palmer, Bradley Chubb, and James Cook III, and Des Alford are currently not suited up tonight. Rodizzi says drafted Andrew Luck. 20 minutes before he retired. My season was over before it started. Ooh. You didn't have a backup? I mean, I know like different fantasies have different fantasy leagues have different rules, but I mean, most of mine always had two. You get your main and your backup. But I'm assuming you had somebody terrible. That's why you said that. Corey says would never start Watson at all. I get it, but sorry, Sanders should be starting, period. Listen, I said it. And I think not only is this an issue of Browns ownership, Todd Monken actually lost a lot of respect for that decision too. Now, granted, is he the end all be all when it comes to the decision? No. But I'm sure if he fought for it, he could have made it happen. And I think that's the problem why, Todd Monken is taking as much heat as he is. So, the Browns, they've been a disappointing franchise for a long time. I mean, what do you expect now? Right? We'll see what Deshaun Watson's going to do for a few weeks before all hell breaks loose in Cleveland. So there you go. Shout out to you, Purple. Says need to see Bell and Harrison tonight. So yeah, they did say that we would see Harrison out there tonight. They said that, they've been trying to work through his issues with injuries and things like that. But Brandon Bean did say that we would see Harrison tonight. So that'll be good. I missed the quarterback challenge games. It was like the NBA slam dunk and home run derby. So yeah, those are cool. Right, because it's like a skill test, and it's always fun to see, some of the best quarterbacks throw the ball around, and kind of like, have fun doing it. But me, I love the Pro Bowl that was actually like the game itself. That was the fun part for me, being able to see guys go out on the field and get all suited up in their respective jerseys and stuff like that. Or yeah, how they did the jerseys, but. Like just being able to go out there and see your favorite stars ball out and, have their helmets on and, it was cool, but they took it away and then they replaced it with the mini games and nobody wanted to see that. So, but nobody also wants their favorite players to get hurt in the Pro Bowl because if you're playing in the Super Bowl, you shouldn't be there anyways. So there you go. There you go. So, kickoff is in about 7 minutes, y'all. 7 minutes until we get started. Looks like the line has moved now. Spread is now -2.5. Over under still 36.5. Bills are now -145 on the money line. And Pittsburgh is +120. So just in the last 5 minutes, the line has changed for the Steelers versus Bills. Purple was here. She was here earlier. I'm assuming she'll pop back up, but she was here. Shout out to you, Purple. Yeah, she was here. Says, what's the number one thing going into the season that's on your mind, Jay? It's a really good question. I would think that every year, and I'm gonna like kind of like veer off, right? Every year I'm always thinking of different ways to like be better. right? Because I don't want to like do the same thing every year or kind of give off the same kind of vibe every year. So I'm always like looking at different ways to like make the channel better and give some kind of a new experience. Now the saying always goes, right, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We've grown the channel to 75,000 subscribers. Um, so the formula works, but I'm always thinking about you know better ways that I can do things for the channel, whether it's giveaways, whether it's bringing in music, whether it's like for instance with the field, right? Some of you may notice, some of you may not, but I made the field bigger and I also made the camera on me bigger. So just little touches like that, I think increase the experience as far as on the channel. And I know some of you are like, oh yeah, it is bigger, right? So it's like it's little stuff like that that I'll think about and tweak little things as far as each year. But that's kind of what I'm always thinking about when the season starts. Now, football wise, I mean, once we get through preseason, I'm not really thinking about expectations, right? You can get in real trouble having expectations as far as from where I sit. I look at preseason and say, all right, this person is okay. This person did good. This person is expected to do what they do. But you really don't know anything until the 53-man roster is set. And then after the roster is set, you got to get through, weeks 1 through maybe 4 before you truly have any identity as far as a team. And especially with a team like the Bills right now, right? You got a new quarterback, you got some new rookies, you got DJ Moore, you got Skylar Bell now. So the wide receiver group is changing. The defensive group is changing. Some of the guys are getting older as far as on the defense as well. Offensive line, is changing. So a lot of the stuff that you expected last year, you're not going to see anymore. So those are the kind of thoughts that go through my head before the season starts. All right. These are my expectations. Last year, I have to go into it every year with a clean slate and then start, picking apart different things each week as we push through this and, come up with my analysis and, come up with my rational thoughts and stuff like that. So there you go. Shout out to you, Jeff King. Jeff King in the building. Says, you know why preseason is fun? Because it doesn't mean anything. Right? Nobody has to freak out in preseason. It's just, records don't count. Records don't count. So, Jay, I was with you when you just started and you barely had no one. That's true, Eric. 6 years, man. 6 years. I remember when I was in here talking to myself. There's very few people that remember that. But for the ones that do, I was in here talking to myself for about 6 months. And then a few people showed up. I think I had maybe 10 people who showed up. This was maybe an hour into the stream. 10 people had showed up. And they still didn't say anything. So I was still talking to myself. But they was watching. They was watching. And then I think it was 7 or 8 months. It was 50 people on the stream. And that's when people started talking to me. And that's when I was like, okay. All the hard work was for something. It was for something. And look at that. Here we are today, 6 years strong. 6 years strong. Says my expectation every year is to do the Super Bowl Shuffle 2026. Bear down. Go Bears. Real Deezy, shout out to you. Well, we got to talk about Caleb, man. we got to talk about Caleb. He can't be stretching like that. All the memes and stuff out. It looks crazy. Absolutely crazy. Shout out to you, Frederikas is ready for season in 6. Cannot believe it's been 6 years, right? That's what I'm saying. Shout out to you, Frederica, for being a member of the family for 3 months, keeping it going strong. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support as you show your loyalty. 3 months strong. Yeah, it's 6 years, and like I said, I think back to then, and it was at some point you're sitting there and you're like, man, I'm doing all this talking for what? See, a lot of people don't realize these football games are 3 hours. Even the announcers don't talk the whole game, right? They talk for like the plays and stuff like that. But then they get like the commercial breaks and stuff like that, right? So they don't talk the whole game. But if I'm not playing music, I'm talking for a whole 3 hours. And some of you remember we were doing like three games a day. Don't have an international game, and we're doing 4 games when an international game was in play. We'd be up at 9:30 in the morning. And I wouldn't get off the live stream until 11. 4 games. So imagine that. The excitement, the energy, maintaining that from 9:30 a.m. to 11. Some of y'all could never. Got to be a different breed for this. 6 years for me and still tossing back Jack Daniels with Jay. Most def, Eric. Shout out to you, bro. Big T in the building. Says, question is it Super Bowl or bust for Josh Allen? What say you? I feel every year is Super Bowl or bust. Every year. I don't think it's one year that's went by where we're sitting here saying, oh, it's okay if Josh Allen doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. Right? Not at this point. Not last year, not the year before, not the year before that, not 2022. Come on, you keep getting your nails stuck. 2021. Right? I mean, how far you want to go back? But I think right about, that 2021 is when you started saying, wait a minute, there's something here. And you're getting the playoffs, you're getting the championships, and it's like, what are we doing? So every year is Super Bowl or bust for Allen, for sure. Without a doubt. Ray Peck says, are you showing the game? Unfortunately, I cannot show the game. It is copy wrote. But we do the play-by-play. We have a little watch party so you guys can chat as we chop it up about the whole game for the whole time. And I give you guys live commentary during the game. Shout out to you. What up, Justin? Let's go Buffalo. Where is the first game of the Bills? They're on the road. And it's not the Texans. For some reason, I've been getting it all like twisted up as we prepare for kickoff. So they are on the road. No, it is the Texans. Yeah. But they're on the road to Texans. The at home would be the Lions. That's what I get switched up with. So they're on the road against the Texans, and then the at home will be the Lions. So here we go, y'all. As we have kickoff, Bills will take it first. As this is going to be ran back all the way to about the 26, 1st and 10. Bills have the ball. And I got to fix the field. Hold on, y'all. There we go. All right, I think we good. Perfect. All right. So here we go. 1st and 10. Dante, what up, man? What's going on with you? 1st and 10. Back under center. 10 seconds on the play clock as the Steelers show 4 at the line. This is going to be a toss here. Right side, picking up maybe a yard on the run. As the Bills get it going on the ground, Gore picks up a yard. Says go back to 93 when Scott Norwood missed a 34-yard field goal for the Bills to win the Super Bowl. Why do we got to go back there? Why? So super excited to be with you another year. This will be year 2. Shout out to you, Corey. 2 years, man. Let's go. 2nd and 9 as this is going to be tossed left side on a screen. Tries to find some space and cannot get it going. This will be another yard on the play. It's now third down. Third down. This is the last preseason game of the Bills. That's correct. Last preseason. Shout out to you, Chris. Chris Thomas. Shout out to you. Here we go. This is going to be 3rd and 7. Back in the shotgun. Steelers now showing 4 at the line. Bills call for motion. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Pressure looking. Throws high. Right side. That's going to be caught. Good play. Reeling it in for a first down as Sherfield gets it going for 10 yards. Buscelli is in at quarterback as we start. Buscelli. Cypher, what up, man? What's going on with you? Justin says, please, Buffalo. Please. As Buscelli back here in the shotgun, 10 seconds on the play clock. Steelers showing a blitz. They bring 4. Buscelli throws high, left side. This is going to be caught. Another first down for the Bills as Macklin picks up 12 yards. Macklin had a big play last week. Was it 71 yards? 71 yards. It was, I think it was actually Buscelli who threw that pass as well. 71-yard pickup for those guys. Nice link up, big play, biggest play of the game. And there he is again with the 12-yard pickup. First down Bills. So shots for the Bills, touchdown. What up, Robert? As there's going to be play action here. Buscelli in trouble, throws it away. That's going to be incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. What up, Steve? Good to see you, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let's go. The Bills win every preseason game so far. I hope they win the last one. Yeah, hopefully. Right? Keep the streak alive. Going to the regular season with some momentum. Here we go. 2nd and 10. As Buscelli under center. Changing up the play here. Steelers bringing the blitz. Takes a snap. Play action. Looking. Has time. Throws right down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. As he just overthrows Bell there. It'll now be 3rd and 10. And I was hoping to see, Bell get busy in this one, right? You got regular season coming up, and so I definitely want to see him, get some touches out there and run some good routes. Here we go, 3rd and 10. Says, how do you like the new Bills Stadium, Jay? From what I've seen, it's it's all right. It's all right. I'm not too fond of the prices right now. Average ticket price is like $600. It's kind of crazy. 3rd and 10. Throws left side now as this is going to be caught. Still on his feet. Breaks a tackle. Picks up 2 more yards on the play. It's going to be another 1st and 10 for the Bills as Latu gets it going for 17 yards. Jay, you think the Patriots win the East again like last year? I don't. What up, Duke? What's going on with you? I mean, it's possible, right? Patriots are a really good team, right? Really good team. Made it to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of opportunity for the Patriots. I wouldn't write them off. I wouldn't write them off at all. Is it going to be as easy for them? No. But I think between the Bills and the Patriots, it's up in the air. There we go. 2nd and 8 for these Bills as we get down to the 11-minute mark here in the first quarter. This is keep Latu. I agree. 2nd and 8 as Buscelli takes a snap. Looking, throws right down the middle. It's going to be an open man caught. Big play. Another big first down for the Bills as Skylar Bell, 14 yards on the catch. And, that was a play there that reminded me of Diggs just a little bit, right? That nice little catch in the middle, make a quick move, get Shifty out of there, and lays down the shoulder. All right, 1st and 10. Do you think Hamlin going to stay with us and be a starter? Uh Hamlin is such in a weird spot, right? As this is going to be tossed here left side. Steelers get a big stop. That's going to be loss of 2. I'm not sure about Hamlin. I think at some point Bills decide to move on from him. I think that's just the reality of it. 2nd and 11. Shout out to you, Safari. What up? What's going on with you? AJ Brown could have a big year with the Pats. That's what a lot of people are forgetting, right? A lot of people are forgetting that the Eagles dropped AJ and now he's with the Patriots. That definitely changes things. But Diggs moved on. So, I think AJ Brown is kind of just going to fill up that void as Harmon Jr. drops the ball here. It's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down. Don't let Jay fool you. He's got seats on the 50-yard line lower than when the stadium opens. Hope you Bills fans freeze your butts off. Robert, I do not have those tickets. And if I did, I'd probably sell them. I'm being honest with you. Prices are ridiculous right now. As Buccelli's going to try to go right side overthrown to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. It's now 4th and 11. Bills will kick a field goal here. I'm being a little sarcastic about selling them, but it's just kind of ridiculous. Unless you had a P&L and you bought season tickets, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And you don't want to get stuck behind some glass and a concrete pillar for those crazy prices, because that makes it more annoying. Kick is up, and it is good right down the middle, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Bills strike first with the field goal, and there it is. Ric Flair back in the building. So you'll make a fortune. That's what I'm saying. You'll make something. That's for sure. Diggs is going to keep bouncing around until he gets the money he wants. Well, at some point, he's not going to get money like that anymore, right? At some point, Diggs is going to get a veteran minimum, and that's it. So, I think I don't think the situation with the Patriots was really in his favor, because they're looking at the issues and the court thing, and you could kind of tell that everything was up in the air. And, they may have came back and said, hey, we want to negotiate your contract. We're not going to pay. We don't want to pay you that much anymore. And he's looking at it like, well, I'll just move on, because obviously, I got you the Super Bowl, but my stuff off the field is contributing to whatever issue you guys are making. So on Stefan's side, I get why moving on, because maybe it just didn't work out anymore. Which is crazy to me, because he contributed to getting into a Super Bowl. So kind of weird, but Diggs has always been in controversy for sure. For sure. Do you like the Sabres? Yeah, I like the Sabres. They went on a great playoff run, and we were all excited about that. So that was fun times. I only get into Sabres hockey when it's playoffs. I'm just being honest. It's like baseball for me. I don't get excited for baseball until it's like the World Series. Shout out to all the baseball and hockey fans. Listen, I appreciate all y'all, but Jay can't do it until the playoffs. It's gotta matter, especially baseball. Baseball is just long and drawn out, and you can get to 10 and 11 innings, and it's just so long. And even though they added the pitch clock, it still doesn't matter. So there you go. Diggs in a dress and put him on the pool. That's crazy. Crazy. Starting quarterback. I think it's Alar. I think Drew's starting today. Drew Alar. As looking at the poll, what do we got? 53 votes, 72% for the Bills, still holding it down. As for the likes, y'all, we're currently at 40 likes. Sorry, 49 likes. We're at 50 now, 50 likes. Let's try to get 25 more and get to 75. If you have not, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. Let's try to get 25 more likes to get to 75. And I do appreciate the love and support as we keep it going. Shout out to you, Sassy. All right, so 1st and 10 now for the Steelers. We'll start at the 31. And here we go. It's actually Howard is in for the Steelers, and he is going to get sacked. He goes down. That is a loss of 9, starting off terrible on the first drive of the Steelers. Yeah. Howard's in, and looks like just safety comes from the top there and just takes him out. And it's a 9-yard sack. 2nd and long. Riley says, do you think Bass is getting better as kicking through the net? My problem with Bass is that he's streaky. And then when he gets into these situations where he loses confidence, it can be absolutely terrible. And I think that's why they brought in Prater, right? They brought in Prater because, he's a veteran, he's cool, calm under pressure. And for the most part, Prater did really good. So would I prefer Bass or Prater? I prefer Prater, but hey, Bass has a starting job and they paid a lot of money to do it. So here we go. 3rd and 12 now for the Steelers is Howard. Is going to hand it off here right up the gut, and that's going to lead to about 9 yards as Nichols gets it going. That's going to be a 4th down, and Pittsburgh will punt it away. 3 and out. Cypher says Bryce Young for Carolina might lose his starting position this year. I've been saying it for years now. Bryce Young, I mean, listen, I like the kid. He's got heart. I think he, definitely had talent in college. But in this league, you have to be at least. Did he touch the ball? No, he didn't touch it. All right. Wait. I think he touched the ball. Oh, no. I think that's going to be a fumble recovery for the Steelers. I think Davis just muffed. He just muffed the punt, and now it's Steelers ball at the Bills 13. What? Okay. Yeah, so Bryce Young, like I said, I just don't see it. Unfortunately for him, I think somebody else does come along and takes that job. Shout out to you, Mafia Ma. Bills Mafioso in the house. Let's go. Shout out to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Says watching my Yankees and listening to you, Jay. Welcome to America, people. Shout out to you, Robert. DJ Gene, what up? What's going on with you? He said emotional damage. I got one better than that.
Finish him.
What are you doing? What are you doing? As we get to this timeout commercial break. Cypher, yeah, he touched it. Bills fan, Davis. Davis touched it, and Steelers take it. Crazy. Which is why, I mean, he's a veteran now. What are you doing? This is not the time to make that kind of mistake. Granted, it's a preseason game, but jobs are on the line right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Shout out to you, Eric. He got those right, Bills fans. I'm saying, I was sitting here mind blown. Like, what just happened? It's crazy. Get out the way. Get out the way. As what are we doing here? Come on. What are we doing? All right. I'm stuck on the screen here, TV wise, but the Steelers have scored. And that's going to be on a 13-yard pass to 13-yard pass to Bernard. Extra point is good. Score is now 7-3. 7-3. Swiss cheese. All right, let me try to restart this because that is not good. I don't know what just happened. All right, let's start it over. No? Anybody else got this issue? That's actually watching the game? No? Yes? See, this is why preseason is just all these problems. Texarkana in the house with Jay. So go Bills. 4 years. What up, James? Shout out to you, man. Eric says no. All right. So it's just me. But it's not doing anything. Like if I go back, I get through the commercial. If I go forward, now it's working. All right. Now it's working. All right, we're good. We're good. Sassy says, nope, I have antenna. See, I got to get off the Wi-Fi. I got to get off the Wi-Fi. That's what it is. I got to go back to old-fashioned antenna. Says all 10 of my TVs are working great. Now, we're good now. There was a small hiccup with YouTube TV. So we're good. We're good. All right. Says you got to get the bugs out. Might as well be the preseason. Right. Well, all the bugs are good now. All the bugs are wrapped up and done, and everything's working properly. The sound's good. Everything's good as the Bills get the ball back. And here we go. 1st and 10. After the muff punt, Steelers score. It's now 7-3. Bills start at the 32, 1st and 10. 27-yard return. So there we go. The bugs. 1st and 10. And it looks like a stoppage in play here. There is a stoppage in play. A lot of craziness going on right now, y'all. A lot of craziness going on right now. What are you doing, Buscelli? Oh, okay. Looks like a medical issue. Player injured on the field. Normally, they don't take so long to cut to the individual who was hurt. Why did it take that long? All right, here we go. 1st and 10 as Buscelli back under center. Changing up the play. Steelers show 5 at the line. They bring the blitz. Nice cut right side on the handoff. Still going. Finds some space. Runs out of bounds after a big pickup. Frank Gore Jr. But there is a flag down on the play. And it's going to be holding on the offense as we expected. Knew that run was too good to be true. Adjust those rabbit ears with the tinfoil. The tinfoil. So, so I remember I used to have the TV back in the day. I used to slap it on the side and it would work right. If you like watching the TV, it's all hazy, and you slap it right on the right side or the left side, and it's back working. It always worked. Here we go. 1st and 20. As this is just going to be dumped off, and then another loss on the play, loss of 4. As Buccelli just tries to get rid of it, and Gore gets taken down. It'll now be 2nd and 24. So you start off strong in the first series, and now you're going backwards. Not liking what I'm seeing. Shout out to you, Patty. Patty Hassett in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Shout out to the family in the building. 2nd and 25 as Buccelli in trouble, throws high. It's going to be caught. This will be maybe a gain of about 3 yards as Buccelli was almost sacked. And it's going to be 3rd and 21 now. 3rd and long. 3rd and long. Says, yep, I remember doing that with my TV. Oh, man. Those were the days. You know, just give it a nice slap on the side and it's working right. Here we go. 3rd and 22 as Buccelli back in the shotgun. 5 seconds on the play clock. Takes a snap. Looking, in trouble. Can't get out of it, and he will get sacked. He goes down. And he's a little slow to get up. And this will lead to a 3-and-out situation. Bills will punt it away. Back from their 14. Change the channel with the pliers. Oh, man. Yeah, because the little knot would come off. You had to go get the pliers to change the channel. And it wasn't easy. Even with the pliers, it was still, you really had to use force to change the channel. I mean, you only had like 27 channels and only 8 of them worked. But it was like really hard to use those pliers with the TV back then. As the Steelers will get it back, they'll have it at their 34, 1st and 10. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Score 7-3. Bills offense not looking too good right now. As we take a quick timeout commercial break. Eric, that's a great question. What is the offense doing? Quick timeout. So when the channels not went missing, out came the pliers. Oh, that's hilarious. Justin says we suck. Lardy, it would start flipping and you'd adjust and adjust, finally get it, go sit down, and here we go again. Man, those were some crazy times, right? I distinctly remember having only 8 channels, right? You had maybe, it was like, what, 28 channels, 27, something like that. You only had like maybe like 20 to 30 channels total, and only 8 worked. And if you didn't have the antenna a certain way, it would be all fuzzy, and you had to go get the tinfoil and put it at the top. And, you know, so sometimes when the game was on, someone had to be the sacrifice to hold the antenna. because that was the only way it would work. Some of y'all don't know the struggle. As the Bills will punt it away here. This is a terrible punt. What is going on? As punt goes out at about the 40. So we had 3. That's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to you, Rebecca. Yeah. So this is looking really interesting. Offense is struggling. Special teams having issues. What is going on today? So here we go. 2nd and 3 for the Steelers as we have 3 minutes and 51 seconds here left in the first quarter. Brady is going to have to switch some things up fast. 2nd and 3 as Howard taking the snap. They go back to the run here, cuts back inside, and he'll fall forward for a first down. 7 yards on the play. Shout out to you, bass player. What up? Says crush the Steelers. Well, it's not going the way we wanted to go, but it's still early. What other games are you doing this weekend? So I got to check out the schedule. I'll probably put up a poll for you guys in the community chat so you can let me know. And I'll let you guys vote on it. So we need Josh Allen out there. Well, it's a preseason game. So you got to get your backups in there. You got to, see who's going to do what and who's going to be able to do, what they need to do in a backup situation. But, yeah, I would definitely say maybe put in Kyle Allen if the starters are not in, right? See, what had happened was I had a black and white Zenith TV with the wood side paneling. Listen, I had the floor model. I had the old Zenith. I had the Panasonic with the VCR in it. Y'all know about them old floor models that weighed 398 pounds. As this is going to be tossed right side to the flat, cutting through on a screen. And that's going to be a big pickup. Once again, 13 yards is now 1st and goal for the Steelers at the 5. With 2:50 on the clock left here in the first quarter. This Bills defense is not looking like themselves. I mean, we get, second, third strings out there. The backups are out there. But they have been playing with much more aggression and way stronger than this. So here we go. 1st and goal. Howard back in the shotgun. Bills bring 4. High throw, end zone. That's going to be incomplete. Overthrown. It's now 2nd and goal. So you try to get it to Bernard. Says I prefer preseason, Jay, over regular season. Jay, regular Jay is spicy. Listen, we got to get spicy, man. Right now we having a good time. It's preseason, right? It's the last game for the Bills. Regular season, I'm all dialed in. I'm all juiced up. It's all crazy in here. As this is going to be dove in for the touchdown, and the Steelers will strike once again, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be McCree for 5 yards, and the Steelers will score another touchdown. And pinning the extra point, score is going to be 14-3. Shout out to you, Purple. Cooking. You know who else is cooking? The Steelers right now. They're cooking as well. I don't like it. No one could steal your TV because it was huge and cemented inside a wooden shelf. Never moved a thing. Yeah, when we moved, that floor model, it took about 4, maybe 5 people. That thing was crazy. I remember it. It's people right now to this day that still using floor models because they still work. They still work. And some people don't want to move it. It's crazy. Score is 14-3 with 2:20 left in the first quarter. Steelers putting on a show in the first quarter, y'all. Steelers putting on a show. It says, ever stub your toe on the floor model? No, I never did that before. I never did that before. I don't think I ever like got that close to the floor model with my feet. I would imagine though it's insane though. You know, I did see somebody drop one once. They was trying to carry it in the house and they dropped it, fell down the stairs. The TV didn't break, but the stairs did. Things was tanks. Tanks. Wake up, Buffalo. I agree. Says a lot of people have no clue about playing with the antenna and attaching junk like tinfoil to get a better picture. I'm telling y'all, some people don't know. Listen, it was days where the game was going on, and you had to have someone hold the antenna. I had to hold the antenna, and you trying to stand just like this around the edge so you can see the TV and the play going on. But you holding the antenna in your hand. Then they telling you not to move. They screaming at you because the game is getting good and you got to hold the antenna. And you trying to watch it too. And if you move a certain way, you can't watch the game. Now you mad and they all excited. These was the worst times, y'all. The worst times. But those were fun times. Never forget them. Yeah, we gonna do some college. We're gonna do some college. Man, I think Tua should retire. I'm sorry for the man. Isn't he over there with the Falcons? I seen him on the Falcons with the card. I got the 2026 top flagship card, and I seen him on there with the Falcons, and I was like, wow, how things can change. He was the franchise for the Dolphins, and now he's over there with the Falcons as a backup. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I do have a sharp projector style 67 TV. Sadly, nothing today works with it with HDMI. Maybe you can get like a converter. You know, they got those little converters and stuff. It says my mother was a Steelers fan, holding that antenna all the time. Maybe that's why I don't like them. Says your poor hand would cramp up. The struggle was real. It was. All right, so the score is 14-3. Steelers will kick it back to the Bills momentarily. As I'm hoping this doesn't get out of hand in this first quarter here. Bills need to score and then get a stop. Better defense, better offense. They need to play better on both sides of the field because unfortunately, they just seem off. They don't seem in sync. And the chemistry has been not in effect in this game. So hopefully things can change as they make some adjustments. Here we go. 1st and 10, 15 seconds on the play clock. We're down to 2 minutes on the game clock. As Buccelli back under center, we have motion. They're going to go with the handoff to Wheeler up the middle. He'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 on the play. 2nd down. It says, I for a hope. Okay. Says they didn't make the tush push illegal. They did not. Russell Wilson finally got the retirement memo. Yeah, I mean, it was time, right? I'm a Russell Wilson fan. He was decent, but it was time for Russell Wilson to retire for sure. 2nd and 7, 5 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap, in trouble, gets rid of it over to Wheeler in the flat. Gets a nice block. He'll pick up maybe 6 on the play. It's going to be just short, I think. They'll say he got it. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. This is what happens with an offensive-minded head coach, Swiss cheese. So are you saying that we got the opposite of what we needed? Wait, are you saying that we needed Sean McDermott and not Joe Brady? As it's going to be 1st and 10 here. They go back to the run with Wheeler. He'll pick up 2 more yards. And like I said last week, I really like Wheeler, right? I think he's got great vision. He's a strong runner, physical runner. His blocking is really good. I would really like to see him make that roster. I think he'll be a great pickup. But where do you put him? That's the question, right? So much talent. You got Gore as well. Where do you put these guys? I like both of them, but I do think Wheeler's a little stronger. As Buccelli is in trouble and he is going to get sacked and brought down. It's a loss of 6, and it's going to be third and long. Third and long. Says, I tore 3 tendons and my cartilage and bicep muscles. Cypher, what happened, man? Dang. Hope you heal up. He is getting a job with CPS, so he can critique play even though he stunk. He won't be alone. it's like you know what? He'll be able to critique all the greats even though he stunk. Now listen, Russell Wilson, or Seahawks Russell Wilson versus Steelers and Denver Russell Wilson is two different people. And I do feel like that's why you have conversations about people like Andrew Luck, who was like, you know what? I made a name for myself. I made some money. I'm going to retire and get out of here, right? I knew what my window is. And some players don't know what that window is, and they stay too long, right? Like, I still feel like Tom Brady should have retired after he won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. He didn't have to play another year. He didn't have to prove anything to anyone other than himself. And that's not to say that, I'm not going to go there with the personal side of stuff, but I'm just going to say from a football point of view, I think that Tom Brady should have retired after he won the Super Bowl. I think he would have went out on a higher note. Not that it really matters now, but I do think that he would have went out on a higher note opposed to, staying another year, going through his personal issues, and then not winning another title. So you got to know when it's over. You got to know when to hang up the cleats. And I think, some players know, some players don't. And, Tua Tagovailoa is another one, right? After that third, fourth concussion, hey, you made $50 million. You don't have anything to prove to us. Go spend time with your family, coach, do something. But you don't need to get back out on the field. And so that's just my thoughts on it. Says now he needs to pass the memo to Aaron Rodgers because he is definitely not a Pittsburgh Steeler, and I refuse to accept Tua, Waddle, and Hill on other teams. Tua should definitely, absolutely retire. Hill has lost a step, right? He's dealing with his injuries and stuff like that. He still hasn't been picked up. So I don't think we're going to – let me back up. I'm not saying that Tyreek Hill wouldn't still be good. What I'm saying is if Tyreek Hill gets picked up, he's not going to be the same Tyreek Hill. He's still going to be decent, but he's not going to have that speed and not be as shifty as he used to be. He'll still be a potential threat, but I just think you coach on him a little different as far as from how you would 3-4 years ago. For sure. All right, so as we get back to it, second quarter in effect, 3rd and 14 here for the Bills as Buccelli trying to dig himself out of a hole. Back in the shotgun, 4 wideouts, takes a snap, throws right side onto the flat with a screen, finds some space, and there will be about 7 yards for Bell and another Bills punt. 3 and out. 3 and out. Says hopefully Sierra retires as well. Why we hating on Sierra? I ain't got nothing to say about Sierra. 4th and 7. As the Bills will punt it away. Kick is off. This will be taken here from the 18. Tries to get shifty back there and can't go anywhere. He gets brought down immediately for no gain. So 1st and 10 for the Steelers will start at the 18 after the quick commercial break. commercial break. So yeah. It says, I have a feeling Hill will end up with the Raiders. I heard that last week. I don't know why everybody keeps saying that. It's kind of funny to me though. I feel like the Raiders is just that team of like oddballs and outcasts. As this pass is going to be batted down, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Right? Antonio Brown went over there. Adams was over there. I don't know. Just feels like the Raiders are just in a weird spot every year. But good luck to Fernando. We'll see what he does. Here we go. 2nd and 10. As Howard back under center throws it left side and immediately wrapped up in the backfield. Bills defense finally doing something. No gain on the play to Smith. It'll be 3rd and 10 now. Bills defense stepping up. Typical Raiders then. Basically. Pretty much. Yeah, if he had a step, if he was on that a step quicker, that could have been he would have jumped the route and definitely would have been a pick 6 for sure. Igbingson, the rookie, on the play. As Howard looking, wide open man. Why? Blown coverage. Big pickup, 12 yards in the play, 1st down, Steelers. Like, you get some momentum going, and then it just stops. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. 1st and 10. Shout out to you, Wendy Lee. Good to see you. Good to see you. This is Jay. I caught you this time. So glad to see us is about to start. Shout out to you, Wendy. Good to see you. Good to see you. As this here is going to be thrown incomplete. That was over to Homer. 2nd and 10. How you been? Tom Brady will work a deal. I mean, what, he's make $300 million with Fox? The guy's paid. He is paid. Scripted Bills by 5. We'll see. We'll see. Here we go. 2nd and 10. As the Steelers go with the handoff here. Right side on the run. Picks up about 6 on the carry. This will lead to 3rd and 3 coming up. Says they're just pulling out the experimental stuff now. I don't expect a big win. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Blown coverages, muffin punts. That's not too experimental. But hey, maybe it's, something in there. I don't know. Here we go. 3rd and 5. 8 seconds on the play clock. We're down to 12 minutes here in the 2nd quarter as Howard takes a snap, throws high left side, and this will be picked off, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Why are they these angles are terrible. They're showing the quarterback during the whole play. Like, the ball's being thrown and it's still on Howard. So I don't get that. All right, so he throws a pick. It's going to be Bill's ball. What a way to kill the momentum. McRee gets the or it was intended for McRee. It was intercepted by Hamlin, y'all. So shout out to DeMar Hamlin on the interception. But yeah, they just kept the camera on Howard, and the ball was thrown for like 3 seconds. So there we go. Interception. Shout out to Hamlin. Says Vegas has no scripts this year. They always have a script. That is for sure. Vegas always has a script. Go get your tinfoil hat. Go get your tinfoil hat. As far as the like show, we're currently at 76. Next like goal is going to be that 100. Can we hit 100? Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate the love and support. We need 25 more thumbs up to hit 100. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications so way you don't miss a stream. All the way through the regular season, playoffs, to the Super Bowl, we will be here. Week 1 giveaways. Jerseys, y'all. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. We got some jerseys to give y'all for week 1. So make sure you are here. And it's going to be a good time. It is going to be a good time. So there you go. Right? Shout out to Hamlin, yo. Shout out to Hamlin. We were just talking about Hamlin. What do you guys think? Is he going to stay with the team? I think at some point the Bills do decide to move on from him. Is it going to be this year? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we all know what happened, and it was a miracle that he was saved. You know, shout out to the people in Cleveland. We were here for that game. It was 10,000 people live here in the chat, and it was very, very sad day. So we all remember, you know, Damar Hamlin, and his life was on the field, and you know, he's been with the Bills since that happened, and you know, he's made some plays, and you could definitely tell he's been, you know, a part of the locker room. So I'm just not sure how they approach it. If he's going to keep, you know, playing at a good level. You know, at this point he is a veteran, so I think for the right amount of money, the Bills do keep him on. So we'll see how it goes. But here we go, 1st and 10 for these Bills, as they'll go back to the run here up the middle, pickup of 2 on the carry. It's going to be 2nd down. 2nd down. Says I was here. Yeah, Eric. It was something, man. It was something. Purple was here as well. Shout out to you, Purple. You guys know. It was one of our craziest games. 10,000 people was here, and it was just a wild time. Wild time the way that happened. 2nd and 9 as they go back to the run, right side, picking up about 6 on the carry, but there is a flag down on the play, as it looks like this will be in the area of holding. Since they breaking tables at the tailgate parties. Of course. Always. So here's a question for the chat. How are you guys feeling about Joe Brady? As there's actually going to be a face mask. That's on the defense. That's going to push the ball to the Steelers 19, 1st and 10. How are you guys feeling about Joe Brady? Right? We know what he was capable of as far as being an offensive coordinator. You know, for the most part, he did good last year, right? I did have some issues with, you know, like the dink and dunk plays and kind of playing conservative, and then, you know, switched things up and then kind of went back to the old Ken Dorsey playbook. And, you know, after they had tamed Josh Allen down and said, all right, now we're going to, you know, let the horse just inch out the door again. You know, it's, you know, got him some wide receivers that could, you know, play on the deep ball. Now they're starting to let Josh Allen throw the ball more. But was it enough? Because now you have an offensive-minded head coach, and your defense is now changing once again. So here we go, 2nd and 10. 3 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Quick toss right side out to the flat. That's going to be caught. Makes a nice move. Still going all the way to the end zone. And that's going to be Gore. Is he short? Is that a touchdown? I think it's a touchdown. No, they're going to say he's just short. What a play. Getting shifty, makes a nice cut. And yeah, he's going to be just short. It'll be first and goal. That knee is down at about the 2. Knee is down. What a play. As Buccelli is changing up the play here, 3 seconds on the play clock. First and goal. They go back to the run right up the middle. And let's see what they call it. It's going to be a touchdown for the Bills, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is. Bills finally strike Gore up the middle for the touchdown. Pending extra point score is going to be 14-10. Bills making it a 4-point game. Yeah, he's kind of iffy. We'll see midseason. I agree. By 5, Vegas said so. Josh Hawkins, what up, man? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. So send him again. Punch it in, and he did. And he did. Joe Brady is kind of shaky. I agree. He isn't a head coach. He is now. Not defensive oriented. And see, that's the issue. I need to see proof before I judge Brady. Predictions are a dime a dozen. I agree. And that's why I tell people all the time, you can't really make any kind of analysis as far as for this Bills team until week 4 to week 5. You need to see defensive schemes. You need to see the offense. Everything needs to be laid out on the table as far as for analysis between weeks 1 through 4. At week 5, I'll be able to tell you guys exactly what I expect. And as you all know, we will be seeing what's going on and who's doing what. And at that point, I'll kind of have an accurate assertion to what these Bills are going to do and what we can kind of expect as the season goes on. It's just the reality of it. Joe Brady is a big question mark right now. And, dare I say that Allen is going to have to take on more of that player coach role, right? He's going to have to be more of a leader in the locker room. He can't just be that, oh, I'm just going to sit on the bench and then come out and, play with my talent and be the nice guy. I think at this point, Josh Allen has to step into a true leader role and take the team over. He's got to kind of get out of that shell where, hey, if I need to change a play or if I need to design something up myself, I need to be able to do that. And I think at this point, Josh Allen should be doing it. I think he should be doing it. So, call playing the most. You got to make the right calls on both ends of the ball. I agree. This is what happens when you fire a defensive-minded head coach. Shout out to you, Andrew. I don't think a head coach should be offense or defense biased. He should be impartial and employs all of his tools the best he can. I'm right with you. Now, obviously, you're not going to be right down the middle because you have, specialties and things like that. But just to be like super offensive minded or super defensive minded and then relying on your offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator to kind of cover up all that slack for you, I think that does become an issue. So I agree with that. I think that it should be, almost to the middle or at least close to it, where you have a great understanding and experience with offense and you have a great understanding and balance as far as with your defense. And you're such a coach where you can figure out, all right, I can make these adjustments on offense and that's going to tune things up. And I can make these adjustments on defense and, we could tune things up at the game level, right? Not up in the booth and not, when you're preparing for the next week, at the game level, because I think that's where a lot of the problems that Sean McDermott had, he didn't actually do game adjustments on the fly. Yeah, he made game adjustments at halftime and things like that. But if you know something's not working in the first or second quarter or third or fourth, you don't go with that mentality. We're just going to keep doing it, even if it's not working. You got to make adjustments on the fly. As the Steelers will go back to the run here, looks like no gain on the carry. It's now second down. Second down. Can we go undefeated? Realistically, I don't think Bills go undefeated. I know they'll have a good record, but undefeated, no. I mean, just thinking about the home opener against the Texans. When I say that's going to be a game, you're going to see Josh Allen out there running for his life. I think a lot of people forget, just because CJ Stroud isn't, an elite quarterback, that this Texans defense is lights out. When you got Hunter and Anderson coming after you, those two guys, they're going to give you some problems. They're on both sides. So, as a quarterback, you're forced to either sit in that pocket and make a play or try and run up the middle. Because if you try to run left or right, you're going to be in trouble. As this is going to be caught here for about 6 or 7 yards, leading to a third down. Third down. Bill Parcells was only a defensive coach. Okay. James says, what about owner hunting? We ain't going to talk about the trailer. Not on this stream. We could talk about it during the morning show. We could talk about owners in trailer parks and have those kind of discussions. Listen, there's a lot I want to talk about when we get back to the morning show. It's crazy. That's all I can say is you a owner? You in the NFL owning stuff? And you in the trailer park? My man is getting it for cheap. Here we go. As it's 1st and 10 for the Steelers. 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. Man's getting it for cheap. It's crazy. Says, I want a head coach from Switzerland. Interesting. Okay. Throws a chair at Big Ben. I bought a new pair of shoes. I have no idea what they're laced with because I've been tripping all day. All day. That's crazy. All right. 1st and 10 for the Steelers as we're now down to 7 minutes here in the second quarter. As Howard back under center in the I formation, little toss, right side, tries to cut through and gets knocked back. This would be a gain of about 2 here. It's now second down. Second down. Bills not going to win home opener? ? I didn't say that. I just said it ain't going to be easy. Did y'all forget about the Texans defense or something? Or am I just tripping? Did y'all forget who over there? As Howard's going to go deep. Left side has space and just overthrown. This will be incomplete. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. Shout out to you, Frederica. So, yeah, like I said, it's not going to be easy. And it's going to be a good game. I mean, you got the home opener, Texans coming to the Bills. It's going to be crazy, rocking. Atmosphere is going to be wild. Bills home openers are always wild. And to have the Texans coming, it's going to be a good game. As Howard in trouble, and he is going to get sacked, brought down, loss of about 5. as that's going to be Mathis getting the sack. 4th down, ladies and gentlemen, and the Steelers will punt it away. It says preseason. Who cares? No win. I mean, I care. I want to win. I want to go into the regular season. Like, all right, Bills went undefeated, right? We know who gonna do this. We got the 53-man roster set. All right, we can start our projections. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it don't matter officially, but as far as morally, you want to talk about locker room morale and chemistry and people being hyped up and ready to go and fired up. Yeah. Go undefeated in preseason. Give your team something to look forward to. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. Scores 14-10, y'all. 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Y'all are hilarious. We're currently at 87 likes. 87 likes. We need 13 more to get to 100. Make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We need 13 more to get to 100. I do appreciate the love and support. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream as we get back to it through this commercial break. Says Bills ride or no tide. Y'all are funny. Do I smell cinnamon rolls? Y'all, she making cinnamon rolls. She better not burn the bottoms though. Hold on. Please don't burn the bottom. I'm gonna need some of those at halftime. Please don't burn the bottoms of the cinnamon rolls. Need some for halftime. All right, there we go. There we go. So saying that the window for your quarterback won't be done if you guys don't go to the Super Bowl. What does done mean? What is it? Here's the question. Maybe you guys can let me know. A little bit of football trivia today. What is the average time or how many seasons that a quarterback has played before they get to and win a Super Bowl? How many seasons? How many years? Maybe someone can research that for me. Or I could just GPT it. I could just do that unless somebody beats me to it. But here we go. 1st and 10 for these Bills as there's going to be play action. Buccelli in trouble, throws a rocket down the field, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to go for it all as he gets knocked down. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 7 years. Okay. So, Jay said, like an old married man, not the cinnamon rolls. Let's go. 7 years, right? And how many years now for Allen? What is he at? 3 to 4 seasons? What? That's the average? There's no way. To get to a Super Bowl and win? Come on now. ask Jim Kelly that question. No, we want the actual average. That sounds crazy. 2 to 4 years. That means everybody's getting to the Super Bowl. 3rd and 10 for the Bills as Buccelli back in the shotgun, 4 wideouts. Steelers looking to bring the blitz. 5 seconds on the play clock. We're down to 4 minutes and 30 9 seconds. Takes a snap, looking, tosses right side, has some space, and he's going to pick up maybe 6 before he goes down. And that's going to lead to another 4th down situation for the Bills as they punt it away. Punt it away. Want some milk? Do I want some milk? I don't know if I should do some milk. I don't need my stomach hurting. Milk with the cinnamon rolls. No milk. All right. There we go. 4th and 4. Bills will punt it away. This will be taken here from the 15. Makes a nice cut. Still going. Spins. And we'll go down at about the 26 as there's 3 minutes and 44 seconds left here in the second quarter. It says, please don't mansplain how to make cinnamon rolls. Oh, these are good. Thanks, babe. Thank you. Look at that, y'all. They're a little dark, but we gonna roll with it. All right, thank you, babe. Appreciate you. Look at y'all. We got some cinnamon rolls, y'all. All right. Allen is at 9 years. Yeah, so, has there been other quarterbacks in this situation? Of course. Has there been other quarterbacks that have played as long as Allen and then got to a Super Bowl? Of course there has been. So, truly, when does the window close? That's the question. Reverend, what up, man? Reverend Charles in the house? What's going on with you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing? How you doing? 6 seasons, man. 6 seasons strong. There we go. All right. 1st and 10 for the Steelers after the Bills punted away. We're down to 3 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock here. I have some nice, warm cinnamon rolls to the left of me, and I'm excited to eat these. Can't wait for halftime. No, we need the Bills to score, though. I need to see at least a pick 6 before that happens. Says, I have venison jerky with my jack. All right, Eric. Eric always keeping it homestead like. Keeping it homestead like. Cypher, back in April. Back in April. Says, complain about the cinnamon rolls. You'll be wearing them. I wasn't complaining, Mafia, man. Listen, I sent the text because listen, when you know how your spouse cooks, you just give them little hints. Like, babe, don't forget that you got something in the oven. I know you busy, but you do some stuff in the oven. Just don't forget it. I didn't say, listen, you gonna burn the cinnamon rolls if you don't go get them right now. Here we go. There's gonna be a handoff here. Left side tries to hit that edge. Edge picks up about 5 on the carry. It's now 2nd down. 2nd down. Says we need a pick 6, kick 6, or punt 6. I agree. What up, Nancy? What's going on with you? Says, hi, glad to see you again for this year. Great season ahead. Love my Bills. Shout out to you, Nancy. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. And here we go. As Howard in trouble, he gets sacked, brought down, and that's going to be Jones Jr. with the sack. Loss of 8. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now at the Steelers' 25. 25. See, Cypher, you know. You know. You know. Y'all are hilarious today. All right. 3rd and 12. 5 seconds on the play clock. Howard looking in trouble. Throws left side. It's going to be caught, but he can't go anywhere. This will be a pickup of maybe a yard, and it'll turn into another punt situation for the Steelers. Back and forth battle is 14-10. We're at the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. Jason says, Jay, it's been a while. We need to hear it. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, 2-minute warning, 14-10. Quick timeout, commercial break. There it is. Train horn, cowbell, we back. We back, y'all. We back. There it is. Make sure I think the volume was good, right? It wasn't too high. It was perfect. It was good. There we go. All right. Vegas said Bills by 5. Where the one gonna come from? Got to get a 1 in there somewhere. Says had to go with the blue cheese again this year. You have to. You have to, my friend. Says, are you saying she burns everything, Jay? That is not what I'm saying. She does not burn everything. First off, she doesn't burn anything. Okay. I just know whenever she makes cinnamon rolls. See, me, I would rather have them like a nice golden brown. She likes them a little more brown. So I try to get her to do them like right in the middle, right? The bottom can be brown and crispy. But once you get that little, too crisp, and I'm not saying like it's like you bite down and you get that crunch because it's still soft. But whether you put it on parchment paper, whether you do it just right on the pan, there is a 8-minute window on cinnamon rolls. If you want them hard and crunchy, do them longer. If you want them soft and pillowy, do them a few minutes shorter. Me, I do them a few minutes shorter. I like the soft and pillowy ones. But that's just my taste. So, like I said, this is like the only thing where I got to be like, hey, don't forget. Don't forget. There you go. There you go. What do we got? What do we got? We got some scores around the league. 7-0. Cleveland up against New England. And what do we got? We got the Raiders up 3-0 against the 49ers. And there it is. There it is. Says, yes, the horn, you make me want to shout. There it is, y'all. There it is. I'm sure your wife makes delicious cinnamon rolls. She does. She does. That is a fact. That is a fact. A new reasonism, Bills by 5. Where does the 1 come from? That's what I'm saying. Where are they gonna get 1 point from? That's what I want to know. Where are they gonna get the 1 point from? As we get through this 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. All right. Yeah, we're back. Like I said last week, I made some adjustments and everything, and I had to figure it out, which is funny because my setup now is so much better than last year. I got the TV in front of me, I got the Mac here, but I do all my processing now from the PC. And as you guys can see and hear, everything is back seamless. So it worked out. I had the right idea. I just didn't execute it the way that I needed to last week, and I did this week, and we're good to go. So now we're ready for the season, right? We had to go through the bumps and bruises for the last 2 weeks, and now I was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna figure it out. I figured it out, and now we're here. We good. We back. So there it is. Shout out to you, Eric. Rounds up by 7. I seen that. I seen that. There's a dilemma for you, Jay. Your mom's cooking or your wife's cooking. Uh, wife's cooking. My wife's cooking is better than my mom's, but don't tell mom that. Interesting. Hmm. Wife's cooking or mom's cooking. So the problem with that is your mom is always going to be your mom, right? Just like your wife's always going to be your wife. Now, when it comes to who cooks better, I don't think there's really like a who cooks better, right? Because there could be specific dishes that they both cook. Like my mom makes amazing greens, right? My wife's just learning how to make greens, right? So I prefer my mom's greens. My mom makes a good mac and cheese, but my wife makes a really great mac and cheese, right? My mom makes an amazing glazed ham. My mom makes a really amazing glazed ham. My wife makes a really good Parmesan chicken, right? So there's different things that goes into this and different recipes. So it's really not about who's better. It's really about, specific dishes and, you know, home is always home. That never changes. So there you go. There you go. So get to field goal range at least. And there it is. There it is. So here we go. 3rd and 6. I'm getting I'm getting text messages now. As this is gonna be just it's gonna be incomplete. And now 4th and 6. Jay getting text messages now, y'all. Y'all trying to get Jay in trouble. All right. 42 seconds left in the second quarter here. Bills at the 41, and they're just gonna punt this thing away. Back to the Steelers with 42 seconds. So there you go. Shout out to you, Rebecca. Oh man. You guys are funny. Yeah, we was live. We was live 1980. As this is gonna be rolled, well, taken and rolls out of bounds. So 35 seconds, I expect them to just kneel this out and then take us to halftime. Take us to halftime. Shout out to you, Reverend. Says you cannot compare these generations on food prep. Mama and them generation cooked food that is generation a generation can only fix. I agree. That is a fact. There's two different dynamics as far as cooking. Cooking used to have, I mean, even 30 years ago, cooking used to have a lot of passion. It used to have a lot of feeling to it, a lot of togetherness, right? You didn't really need the recipe book. Ooh, he tried to hurdle and got cut down. There's also going to be a flag down on the field. They had recipe books, but you didn't need the recipe back then. They knew, you know, if you needed a cup of sugar, they knew cup of sugar, and sometimes it'd be, a cup and another quarter, but it was amazing, right? You know, when it came to seasoning, it wasn't no teaspoons and tablespoons. They season that thing on up, and then you gonna know. You gonna know when it's what they say. Season it until you start sneezing. That's what it is. As it's gonna be 1st and 15. They go at the run here up the middle. As he puts his shoulder down, good little pick up there. And he will get about 13 on the carry. It's about 2nd and 4, 21 seconds on the clock. Says what's going on, Jay. Just got home from cutting grass. It's Go Buffalo. Shout out to you, Reginald. What up, man? What's going on with you? Nancy says, all of us women have our special dishes, and my family always requests them. That's what I'm talking about, right? I think every woman who cooks has that one special dish that they master. And y'all get love for that. That's important. We got to bring cooking back, right? Let's stop the DoorDash and the fast food, and let's bring cooking back. Break out the recipe book, as this is going to be thrown away incomplete, leading to 3rd and 4. Bring out the recipe book, or if you know the recipe, start cooking again. Bring back cooking. Let's do that. Right? That halftime snack. Says Big Mama. Big Mama knew by feel. That's crazy. 3rd and 4. Big Mama knew by feel. She knew when that food was right. Felt that food in her soul. As this is going to be another run up the middle, 1st and 10, but they'll run out the clock. Take us to halftime, y'all. It's been an interesting but great game so far. 14-10, Steelers are up, and we're going to take it to halftime. We'll take it to halftime, and in the meantime, I'm going to go enjoy a snack, and I will be back momentarily. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we get back to it, 14-10. Halftime is almost over. I had some great cinnamon rolls. Some great cinnamon rolls. Feeling good. I only had two because, if you got more than two, then, you start to get sluggish and then you want to fall asleep and all that. So, I had two. Keep it nice and light. We still got 2 quarters to go. Some good football, preseason football. Steelers, Bills. Steelers for the most part, right? Defense has been doing great, but I do think it's been more so the Bills making mistakes than the Steelers defense. So you can kind of see the Bills have been hurting themselves mostly. Offensively, they've had some chemistry issues trying to figure things out, and you can kind of tell that, Brady's definitely working on some things in the offense and, seeing what works and what's not going to work. On the flip side with the Steelers, a couple good, long balls, the run's working. But yeah, for the most part, they had the edge and the momentum because of that. But it's only a 4-point game. So we'll see how this goes momentarily. The Steelers will receive the ball as we get started. And that's going to come down to the 8 on the right side. Cuts up, still going. Gets all the way down to about the 33 as we get started here with the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Blue cheese by the bottle. It's Mafia by the bottle. Oh, man. I had some wings last week. And I'll tell you this after we get through this play. It's going to be 1st and 10 for these Steelers as we still have Howard under the center, and he's going to hand it off right side on the run, pick up about 5, 2nd down. Is it just me? For those either have been to Western New York or wherever you are in the country right now, is it just me or does the wings not taste the same anymore? I remember, go to Duff's, and I'm not saying it's way off, but it just don't have that zing that it used to have. As it's 2nd and 6 here, nice cutback. We'll gain maybe a yard. And I'm going to say it's 3rd down. I don't know. Maybe I need to go to a new wing place. I went to this place called, I ordered it. America's Best Wings. And they were okay. It had more like a sweet taste to it. It was kind of, different. You could tell they put like maybe some, whatever in the sauce to sweeten it up. Even the hot, it had like a little bit of sweetness to it. Wasn't too crazy about it. But I don't know. It just seems like when you go order food, it's missing the magic now, right? It's like it's just food. And we were talking about this earlier. And I think that's going to put me into the mindset of starting to really just cook everything on my own. So as Alar is now in at quarterback, Drew trying to get busy out here, toss to the right side, as this will be a gain of another yard. 2nd down. Meat doesn't taste the same, period. I thought it was just me. I'm like, things just really aren't tasting the same like they used to. I know my taste buds ain't changed because, it's still there. But for some reason, when you order stuff now, it's just not, you don't get that satisfaction like you used to. As they're going to go with the run here, cuts left side, picks up about 8 on the carry. And it's going to be 3rd and about 1 coming up. 3rd and 1. Detroit, Michigan, but born in Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, I agree. It's just not the same wings. It's all the meat. It's crazy, right? I knew it wasn't just me, but I don't get it. I really don't. I was telling you guys last week. I want to do a little homestead myself. I want to get some chickens. Get a cow and a goat. That's all I want. I don't want to go too crazy. Some chickens, a cow, and a goat. And I make my own eggs, my own chicken, and let the wife do the garden thing. So we can have greens and all that. But I'm thinking that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. As the Steelers will run, make it a 1st and 10. 1st and 10. So Dylan Gabriel for 2 touchdowns and Watson in tears at the Gatorade table. Browns up 14-7. Everybody playing better than Deshaun Watson. As they're going to go back to the run here, left side, pick up about 6 on the carry. It's now 2nd down. 2nd down. Farmer J. Listen, I ain't no farmer now, but I would do a little homesteading, Ain't nothing wrong with that, having some, some animals and get your own meat, your own eggs, and grow your own veggies and stuff like that. I'm just saying. Stuff just don't taste the same no more. Maybe I need to go back and do it myself. As Alara throws right side, that's going to be caught still on his feet. Tries to make another move, and he will get brought down, but not after picking up a big gain. That's going to be 25 yards to Hurlman for the Steelers, 1st and 10. Lance says, nothing more fulfilling than making and raising your own food. That's what I'm saying. I'm really serious about this. I'm drawing up plans like for how I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna go live stream one of these days, and I'm gonna show y'all the chicken coop. Y'all be like, Jay actually did it. I'm dead serious. As it's gonna be a handoff here up the middle, pick up about 5 yards. It's now 2nd down. 2nd down. Says it's the stuff they are feeding the animals and using the crops for faster reproduction that doesn't stop with the animal's crop. You can see it even with the development of children. I agree. Cypher, absolutely, Jay. Homestead is the best way to go. Listen, I'm near. I already told the wife. She could do her garden thing, but I'm definitely going to do some homesteading for sure. 2nd and 6. That's almost picked off. As the route was jumped there, that's going to lead to an incompletion. It's now 3rd and 6. Wendell. Bills defense making a play, getting a stop. Says, ain't seeds and no vegetables, no more, not even trees. Right? Ain't the vegetables supposed to have seeds? Where's the stuff coming from? Here we go, 3rd and 6. As is a toss to right side, makes a cut back, still going, trying to get there. He's going to be just short, but it will be 1st and goal. No, they're going to give it to him. That's a touchdown for the Steelers. Wow. Running it in, and that's going to be Heidenreich for 9 yards. And they're going to say he got in. So that's a touchdown for the Steelers. The score is now, kids up there acting crazy. Score is now 21-10. Says you can have a chicken coop even in the city, but they charge you a yearly fee of a license. Yeah, I've looked into it. So in certain towns, in certain cities, you can have a limit to what you can have. So I've looked into it, and it's not too much of an issue, but you can definitely do it. So shout out to Eric coming through with the scores. Pats 7, Browns 17, Raiders 6, 49ers 3. And there you go. Shout out to you, Eric. As Lance says, we homestead have laying hens and processed meat birds on top of big garden. Have fun. Listen, I'm down for it. Like I said, I'm glad to hear that, man. You know, a lot of people play about that kind of stuff. I'm not playing. I'm dead serious. I'm going to do it. You know, I just feel like I'm at the point in my life where some things ain't adding up, and fine with the other stuff, but when the food start to not add up, it's like, all right, gotta I gotta start making some decisions and some changes. There's a lot of things not adding up, and we gonna leave it there. But when the food ain't adding up, that's when I'm like, wait a minute now. All right, you gotta take stuff into your own hands. Shout out to you, Cypher. Has anyone noticed they are taking the tops off of pineapples in the grocery stores? Really? I do know that they're dying a lot faster. I'll tell you that. We buy whole pineapples all the time. And if we don't cut those things up within like 3 days, maybe 4, even if they're like freshly unripe, they're gone within 3 to 4 days. It's crazy. Quick timeout, commercial break. Timeout, commercial break. Says the way this state is going, they might ban garden soon. Well, like I said, Jay gonna be homesteading soon. Timeout, commercial break. Dang. All right, there we go. As we're down to the 8 minute and 55 second mark here in the third quarter. 21-10. 21-10. Excellent green. So, genetically modify the seeds to that point unless you are getting heirloom seeds. Oh, okay, okay. Shout out to you, Sassy, coming through with the knowledge. Okay. So my mom, she had gave me like a whole bag of seeds. I still have them. I just gotta plant them in the right time of the year, so everything grows. But I got a big bag of seeds that I'm gonna just drop in the ground one of these times and see what happens. See what happens. So here we go. We're down to 8 minutes and 55 seconds here in the third. It's 1st and 10 for the Bills as they're at the 21. And here we go as we have motion. Takes the snap, looking, steps up, throws right side. That's going to be caught. Pickup of about 5. This leads to second down. Second down. Says, so Jay, I am the scorekeeper around the league. Shout out to you, Eric. You and Sassy be holding it down, yo. Y'all be holding it down with the updates and the scores, and gotta bring y'all on the committee. 2nd and 5 as the Bills go to the run here, right side, picking up 4 on the ground. This will lead to a 3rd and 1 as Gore getting busy, fighting through the contact. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. So expectations. We talk about it all the time. Jay, what do you think's going to happen? Well, I'll tell you this much. From the point of backups, I like Bell. I like Gore. I like Wheeler. And Bino's son. Definitely a lot of talent, but who makes the 53-man roster, right? As there's going to be 3rd and 1 here. Tries to throw it. It's batted down. Incomplete. That's the question. Who makes that roster? I would like to see Wheeler. I would like to see Gore both make it, but obviously that can't happen. So here we go. 1st and 10 now for these Bills are at the 32. We're down to 7 minutes here in the third quarter. They go back to the run. Left side picking up about 4 yards on the carry. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. What up, Immortal? Shout out to you, man. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Let's go. What up, Lisa? What's going on with you? Says, hey, Jay, who've impressed you for the Ravens preseason and why? I haven't really seen much Ravens football. Unfortunately, I have not. I will not be able to give a real assessment of the Ravens until we get to week 2, week 3. As this is going to be a nice pass to the right side, caught, still going, plenty of space, gets all the way down to the Pittsburgh 40. That's 24 yards on the play for Gore, who's been getting busy. Catch and run, makes a nice move, picks up more yardage, Bills first down. I'm going to be doing my breakdown starting week 1. So when I start doing my breakdowns, make sure that you are here because we're going to go through each team each week and do our predictions and break things down. Here we go, 1st and 10. As this is going to be a play action, throwing right side high. That's going to be caught in traffic, double covered, but Bell brings it down for 12 yards. Another Bills first down. Says, who is going to be the surprise team this year? Well, that's a good question. Dare I say that the Bengals find a way back into the conversation? Right? Are we going to keep saying that Joe Burrow was a flash in the pan? Are we going to keep ignoring the 4,000-yard seasons and MVP numbers just because they didn't make the playoffs? I do think as this is going to be another run, right side, walk in, touchdown, Bills. Bell, ladies and gentlemen, doing it big. 28 yards on the catch and run. And there it is. Bills will now make it 21-16, pinning the extra point. And what a nice sweep there for Bell. Touchdown. There it is. Ric Flair, where you at? There we go. Even those Bears. Immortal, I got a question for you. What's Caleb doing? Your quarterback is all over social media right now as a meme. And I need to know why he doing splits like that and allowing him to take pictures. I need to know, Immortal. We got to bring you to the front of the congregation. I need to know. Bills, shout out to Lisa, says, I can't stand Pittsburgh. Go Bills. Shout out to you, Lisa. But yeah, I think the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to be the surprise team to come back and change the narrative. Now, where they end up, that's a whole nother story. But I could see a situation where, Bills, Bengals run it back for it all. I could see some kind of playoff scenario where, the Bills and the Bengals go at it again. I could definitely see that, without a doubt. Says Ric Flair. Says Ric Flair in the building. Where's the train? Says, nah. Where is the train? Let me go ahead and edit this volume. I ain't trying to blow nobody's speakers. There we go. There we go. All right. Jacoby Lane will be very special this season. Now, I have heard about him. I feel like there's so many wide receivers this year who may be really, really good. I can't say great yet for obvious reasons, but I do think that, I mean, the number one wide receiver that I'm looking at is Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate was one of my favorite wide receivers in college. And now being with the Titans, the question that everyone's having is okay, is Cam Ward going to step up to the plate? Because you have a major talent in Carnell Tate. And guess what? He's only going to be as good as Cam Ward. That's the sad part about it, right? So if Cam Ward is bad, then Carnell Tate is bad. And unfortunately, right, you do have other pieces there. You got Robinson that's involved, and there's going to be a lot that goes into how some of these rookies have to, handle their targets and, how they're going to be rotated into the offense. But I think, like I said, Carnell Tate is probably one of the best wide receivers in the draft. And hopefully his talent doesn't go to waste in Tennessee. Hopefully. So, score is 21-17. We got 4 minutes and 49 minutes left in the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Also, on the like side, we got 104 likes. Our next goal is going to be 125. We need, looks like 21 more likes, 21 more thumbs up to get to that 125 like mark. So if you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate the love and support as we keep it going. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a stream all through the season, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Sunday, the cuts will be made. That is a fact. It's going to be a lot of joy and a lot of tears on Sunday. Burrow seems hungry. He's ready to leave the Bengals if he don't get a ring. You have two of the best wide receivers in the game. You've got a strong tight end. Yes, your offensive line is shaky. They try to pull in a couple pieces for you to change things up. But the thing about Burrow is you have all the talent in the world, right? And you put up the numbers. It's not like he didn't put up the numbers. So now, the question is, all right, is the defense going to make a difference this year? And are we going to be able to get over that hump also offensively? And, is Joe Burrow going to be able to Superman his way back to the playoffs? Some would dare say that he's in the same kind of situation as Josh Allen. The only difference is he has a weaker offensive line. Oh, and he made it to a Super Bowl. So I don't think you can write Joe Burrow out, and I think that's going to be the team that surprises everybody once again. So big time throw leads to a defensive play breaking it up as this turns into a 4th and 8 with 4 minutes and 4 seconds here left in the third quarter. There you go. I'm looking for Maddie Hibner catching a touchdown this season. As this is going to be kicked off back to the Bills, taken here from the 15 and goes out at about the 25. And that's where the Bills will start with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the third. It's a 4-point game, 21-17. Steelers up. Everybody wants a ring. Jim Kelly wanted a ring too. Why do you keep bringing up Jim Kelly? Like, what's up? What's up? What's going on with you? What did Jim Kelly do to you? We gotta leave Jim Kelly alone. All right, just leave Jim Kelly alone. He's went through a lot. Okay. He got sick. He healed up. Great dude. You know, if you ever been to Kelly's Corner, you know. Shout out to Jim Kelly. We gonna leave Jim Kelly alone. We gonna leave old Jim alone. Says, yeah, but only some teams are good enough to get it. Listen, we already know you have to be exceptional to win a Super Bowl ring. But guess what? Sometimes it's all about circumstances and moments. For instance, the Seahawks. Nobody expected the Seahawks to win a Super Bowl. Nobody expected Sam Darnold to win a Super Bowl. But guess what? The circumstances of Sam Darnold having a good season with the Vikings and the Vikings believing in J.J. McCarthy more than Sam allowed Sam Darnold to walk over to the Seahawks. Seahawks believing in him, having some solid pieces and solid defense around him, and then getting those Seahawks to a Super Bowl and then winning it. Circumstances and moments. So, yes, you can do it if you have the right circumstances and you are able to seize the moment. Because guess what? Even with Sam Darnold winning a Super Bowl, nobody's going to say he's an elite quarterback. They're going to say he's a really good quarterback now. But you're not saying he's great. You're not saying he's elite. And you're definitely not saying he's a legend. Circumstances and moments. Look at the list of quarterbacks that could get there and win. Justin Herbert could get there and win. Maybe he's not in the right system. Joe Burrow got there and lost, but he could get there and win. Josh Allen could get there and win. Lamar Jackson could get there and win. As this is going to be thrown and then caught for about 5 yards. As Wheeler picking up the catch. It's now 2nd and 6. So, you know, there's situations. And when the stars align, the stars align. And sometimes it's not, you know, certain people's moment. It's not certain people's time to go out there and, you know, be a champion. And for some people it is. And that's the reality of it. Circumstances have slapped us across the face too many times. Should I say kicked? Well, I mean, you know, when we're going to go down this path, huh? So your defense is allowing the game to come down to 3 or 4 points or a touchdown. And now, you know, it turns into a ref game because the refs are now in control of your future, your destiny. I've been saying this for years now. You don't want to be in a high pressure situation and the game's on the line by a few points. And now you're in the ref's hands. As this here is going to be broken up incomplete, right? Your future is in the ref's hands. That's one scenario. Then you don't want to be in a big game, in a big situation, and you got someone who can't handle it. They're not ready for it. They can't take the bull by the horns. They can't seize the moment, right? That's another one. Miss a tackle, drop the ball, fumble the ball, bobble the ball, create an interception. There's so many different scenarios that happen. So when people say, you know, Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 times and lost. How hard is it to win a Super Bowl? That's the question. Let alone get to a Super Bowl. Ask the Miami Dolphins that. Ask the Chicago Bears that. Ask the Cleveland Browns that. Ask the New York Jets. These are the things that have to start making sense. Let's keep it real, Jay. If the Bills win a Super Bowl, you're going to cry. I'm man enough to admit it. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely shed a tear for sure. It'd be just, streaming down like this right here. You know. Man, if the Bills won the Super Bowl, we all here to see it and witness it. The whole chat will be in tears. Even the non-fans would be in tears. That is a fact. That is a fact. Kick the ball. You know. Not Jay blaming Vegas. I didn't blame Vegas. I said if the refs are in control in a high pressure, close game, what do you think is going to happen? You think they're going to call a fair game? We have analytics and stats to prove that when refs get in high pressure, high influential game details, it's a 3-point game, 2 minutes on the clock, and a quarterback has to drive 40, 50 yards, everything gets scrutinized. 2-minute drills turn into 5 minutes. We see it Sunday, Monday, Thursday. We see it. Says we made it 4 times in a row, and the other teams has done it yet. There you go. Says facts. Ask the Browns. I'll be screaming, thank God. Shout out to you, Reggie. Shout out to you, Reggie. Says, I'm an underdog kind of cry. I'd cry to see the Browns or Jets fans to even get a ring. There's a handful of teams that are due. I agree. Shout out to Safari. It says, even me too. I'd get emotional as long as it wasn't against my Fins. The emotions will be different. As the Steelers are going to take it here, handoff up the middle, pick up a 4 yards, leading to second down. No, I mean, listen, I think for anybody that's a fan of any underdog team, right, you're going to be very emotional. You're going to be, shedding tears if you see, the team that you've been watching your whole life who's never either went to a Super Bowl or never won a Super Bowl. It's going to be a big moment for you. That is a fact. And on the flip side, right, you get to a Super Bowl and then you lose. Now, I ain't going to shed no tears. I'm going to just be really mad. I'm going to just be really mad if the Bills get back to the Super Bowl and lose. So, if I'd rather them get to the AFC Championship and lose than get to the Super Bowl and lose, because that's just a whole different animal there. Because y'all know when things get hot and heavy in the season and we got to deal with the trolls that come in here, it is absolute pandemonium, and I don't want to deal with that. I'm just being honest. I don't want to deal with a scenario where the Bills are in the Super Bowl and they're close to losing. It would be absolutely ridiculous in here. As this is going to be thrown here and pick up for a big first down catch. As that'll be 13 yards. Pick up for Mason. Says it's the play of the team to determine the winner, not a questionable ref call. Not always. But there's a reason why some of those questionable ref calls become such big problems and such big topics, because there's been a lot of ref calls that have actually determined games. And some may not agree with that, which is fine. But these are documented. There's been so many situations where it's been, a touchdown called back, or it's been, a field goal that was going to get kicked and it was a false start or just whatever. And, you have these situations where the refs have played into changing the outcome of the game. It's a fact. Ravens Super Bowl 61 champs. I'm calling it right now, Jay. All right. Says I waited 53 years for the Knicks to win. I know very well, man. The Knicks winning. I mean, listen, I'm a Spurs fan, so when the Knicks won, I wasn't too mad. Because Spurs, we got some rings and we got jerseys and the rafters and all that. We good. So when the Knicks won, I said, you know what? I get it. I'm not mad. Great win. Enjoy your championship. New York needed it. Now, did I like how they was treating the people who had on San Antonio jerseys in New York City? No. Did I also, on the flip side, appreciate how the San Antonio fans allowed New York Knicks fans to come to San Antonio and make it a Knicks arena? No. But I do give the Knicks their props and the Knicks fans, without a doubt. Says, I think it would be a significant moment for West New York. People would hold their heads up higher. Dang, what you trying to say? What does that mean? He's like, I feel if the Bills win the Super Bowl, people could then hold their head up, but they could, put their chin up and keep their chest out. Me personally, my chest is always out, shoulder square. That's just how I'm built. And my chin's always up. But I understand what you're saying. For some people, they probably would hold their head up a little bit higher. That's for sure. That's for sure. When a call doesn't go Patrick Mahomes' way, he acts like a spoiled little boy. Well, we've seen it over the last couple of years, right? Patrick's been upset about a lot of different calls and been really animated. That's for sure. So here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. 21-17, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go as we get back to it. Steelers have the ball, 2nd and 11. As Allard changing up the play here. 7 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Bills bring 5. As this is going to be thrown right side and caught maybe just short of the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. They'll actually give him the first. That's going to be Mason picking up 11 yards. As they get to the Steelers' 41. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Interestingly enough, this poll has held strong at 76%. So maybe you guys know something. I don't know. Steelers have been up the whole game. Bills have been trailing. As they're now down 4, 21-17. Steelers have the ball. Play action. Allard looking in trouble. Gets out of it. Rolls right. And he's just going to throw it. Get rid of it. And this will be a pickup of 3, it looks like. Sorry, 7. They're going to say it's 2nd and 3 at the Steelers' 48. Did you see that, ref? He looked at me. Browns 26, Patriots 10. Wow. Who's the Patriots' backup quarterback? Is Milton still over there? Or did he go somewhere else? Where's Joe Milton at right now? As Steelers will go with the run here. That's going to be a loss. Defense making a play. It's now 3rd and 4, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, who's Patriots' backup quarterback? I think it's still Milton. Pretty sure. So 3rd and 4. Bills trying to get another stop here. Get the ball back. Down 4. As we're down to 13 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Allard back in the shotgun. Has 4 wideouts. Takes the snap. Bills bring 4. Pressure. Throws high. Left side. And that is going to be a flag. No. They'll let the contact go. 4th and 4. And it's going to be a punt. Back to the Bills. Says Bills on the comeback Kings. So it ain't over until it's over. Not to mention it's still preseason and Josh isn't in the game. So it's all good no matter what. Go Bills. Shout out to you. Yeah, Joe Milson. Now I like Joe. Joe and DeVito. Okay, yes. Oh yeah, they got Tommy Cutlets over there too. I liked Milton last year. You know, he was fast, good on his feet, shifty. He had a cannon for an arm, but the accuracy wasn't there. So, you know, if you could put Joe Milton in a situation with a good quarterback coach who can help him work on that accuracy, Joe Milton's going to be a problem. That dude can throw the ball like 70 yards. Like it's nothing. Just zip it down there. And he's really fast. So he, you know, kind of reminds me of Lamar, except Lamar doesn't have a cannon. He can throw the ball, but he doesn't have a cannon. Joe Milton got that cannon. He just doesn't have the accuracy. Yeah, Tommy Cutlets. Make you an offer you can't refuse. It says, like I said before, Bills got the rope-a-dope like strategy. Bills can't win by 5. But they can win by 3. 12:50 left. 12 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 21-17. Quick little timeout commercial break. Bills have the ball at their 9 after the punt. It'll be 1st and 10. So what do you need to do? Right? I would like to see Wheeler and Gore mix it up once again, right? They had a good strategy last game. They kept handing it to Wheeler, letting him pound it out, letting him get down the field. This one, they're kind of mixing it up. You know, they're trying to get Bell in with the pass, and I get it. But I'm trying to see a win here today, right? In preseason undefeated. March down the field, make some solid plays, get Bell involved, move that ball around, and go ahead and score, make it a 3-point game. Defense, do what you got to do. That's what I'm thinking. Shout out to you guys. We're currently at 114 likes, 115 likes now. We need 10 more. 10 more likes, 10 more thumbs up to get to that 125. So if you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream as we get to this quick timeout commercial break. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. And Tim Curry as well. Tim Curry was a hilarious actor and, definitely enjoyed movies that he was in. Both passed away this week. Dolly Parton, definitely one of the one of the most cultural, left a big impact on the world. Dolly Parton, may they both rest in peace. I just read a stats about I'll Always Love You, the song that she wrote and then Whitney Houston covered. I didn't know that she made $10 million in royalties off of the Whitney Houston cover. It was absolutely crazy to hear that. And then she took the $10 million and donated it to the less fortunate, which is absolutely amazing. There are still amazing people out here, no matter what people say, for sure, without a doubt. So rest in peace to Dolly Parton and Tim Curry. One of the good ones, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, Bills have the ball as we prepare to get back started here. 12 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Also, there was another individual who passed away. Actor, he starred in the 5 Heartbeats. Some of you may remember him. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name, but he passed away as well. Rest in peace to him. He was a great actor. Started movies like Sugar Hill, The Five Heartbeats. He was very popular in the '90s movies and things like that. But for those who remember him, they know he was a great actor. He also passed away this week. Um, as this is going to be trouble, and it looks like he's going to go down. Buccelli throws it incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 12. Michael Wright, that's right. Michael. See, I was thinking of Michael White. I knew I was close, but Michael White was on The Wire. He passed away as well. That was, I think, a couple years ago when he passed away. It was Michael Wright. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, both Wendy and Know It. Yeah, Michael Wright. May he rest in peace as well. So a lot of heavy hitters passed away this week for sure. So we hope that they will all be in your remembrance, without a doubt. Now, I'm not sure who Peter Cullen is. I'll have to do some research, but I'm sure if he was famous, I'd probably seen him at some point. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, Frank Beard from the ZZ Top as well. Yeah, yeah. So you ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it because you ain't got it. That was the classic. I remember watching Five Heartbeats as a kid. That was definitely a great movie back in the day for sure. For sure. All right. 4th and 18. Bills come up empty-handed on that drive, and they will end up punting it away, 3 and out. Yeah, Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes. That was a great movie. Great movie. I haven't seen it. Oh, The Voice of Optimus. Oh, okay, okay. Wow. So that's that makes sense now of why I wouldn't have known the voice, or known the name rather. I know the voice, like I said, I know the voice, but not the name. So rest in peace to Peter Cullen as well. Kickoff back to the Steelers. This is taking here from the 45, breaks a couple tackles, still going down to the 20, still on his feet. And this is going to be a touchdown on the punt. Steelers. Wow. You have got to be kidding me. Nobody can wrap up? He breaks 1, 2, hits that 20, breaks 3, and then scores the touchdown. 45-yard punt return for a TD, y'all. 27-17. 27-17. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. 5 Heartbeats saw it over in Japan VHS. Shout out to you, Paul. Yeah, that like I said, that movie's a classic. It's just like the Jackson 5. The Jackson 5 was always shown back in the day. The 5 Heartbeats was shown back in the day. Yeah, those movies are certified classes. If you haven't watched them, go watch them. You'll definitely enjoy them for sure. For sure. Special teams does matter. That's for sure. Wrapping it up has been an ongoing issue. I'm hoping this has been fixed with the starters and seconds. Yeah. The wrapping up issue has been prevalent for 3 years now. Dare I say 4 years. And we're still seeing it. And a significant moment when you need to get a stop, you allow a punt return for a touchdown. And now they're going to go for 2 to try and make it a 12-point game, as we have 11 minutes left here in the 4th. Work to do for sure. Temptations, yep. Yep. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Oh, man. I am David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations. All right, 27-17, 10-point game. Steelers punt return for a touchdown, and now they'll try to go for two as Allard takes a snap, looking, throws right side. It's going to be caught, but he's well short, and the ball comes out at the end anyways. So that's going to be no good. It stays a 10-point game. Bills up next. Bills up next. Crazy. Oh, yeah, Marvin Gaye. Listen, some of you know, some of you don't know. My music catalog is crazy. I mean, I might have Tupac and Biggie playing and some Jay-Z, and then Diana Ross. It's all over the place. You know, some Elton John, Elvis in the mix. You never know with me. I'm all over the place. That's what makes Jay so unique. Always, always surprising. No, I mean it's just vast. I love music. If it sounds good, if it was um wrote at the way that music defines our lives. Some people kind of don't understand it. I'm what you would call an old soul. Like one of my favorite bands to this day is Casey and the Sunshine Band. And you don't find that kind of soul anymore. The Bee Gees, you don't find that kind of music anymore. That kind of, the old John Travolta music from back in the day. You don't find that kind of stuff anymore. That feel good, hit your soul kind of music. Um, and that's I don't listen to a lot of stuff. Jay, I'm playing music. I put the little stuff on now that's modern, because it just keep things upbeat. But like me, when I'm chilling, I got some Motown oldies on, some Gladys Knight, and I'm chilling. Give me a glass of Bailey's and throw on some Marvin Gaye, the Four Tops, and I'm good. I'm good. The Spinners, right? What you see is what you get. Come on now. Right? Screaming Jay, y'all better stop playing with me. Y'all better stop. Don't make me pull out the record now. Don't make me go get that Michael Jackson off the wall record. We got the vinyls too. We got the vinyls too. Let's go. It says, nope, I'm 67 and listen and play everything. And the old stuff had real heart and soul. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It says, Higher J and Cypher. That's what I'm talking about. Sly and the Family Stone. They don't know. Sly and the Family Stone changed music with their sound. That was the thing about back in the day. There was individuals and then there was groups, and everybody had their own sound. Jimi Hendrix had his own sound. So when you hear Sly and the Family Stone, all right, and you flip to a different record, it's completely different. Completely different. So here we go. 2nd and 6 as Wheeler motions. Buccelli takes a snap, looking, throws left side. That's going to be caught. Pickup of about 3, as this will lead to 3rd and 3 coming up. We're down to 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I just turned 43 this month. Motown forever. I live 20 minutes from the Jackson 5 house in Gary, Indiana. Let's go. Yeah, I love Motown oldies for sure. For sure. Oh, yeah, the OJs, all of them, man. Lionel Richie, all that stuff, man. Oh, like all that stuff is just timeless, timeless music. As Buccelli in trouble on the run, finds some space, and he will slide, picking up the first down, gets 9 yards on the scramble. It's now 1st and 10 at the Steelers' 49. On the clock, we're just under 10 minutes here in the fourth quarter as it rolls. And Bills need to get in a hurry up here. Hurry up. You need to score, play some defense, get the ball back, and get a win. So here we go. 15 seconds on the play clock. Buccelli back under center. Wheeler in the backfield. Steelers show 4 at the line. They go back to the handoff. Right side on the run. Wheeler picks up about 4. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down. All those artists were great. Facts. I remember the Bay City Rollers and the Carpenters. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. BB King. There it is. Sam and Dave fan. Grew up in the 70s. All right, all right. Yep, Ashford and Sampson. Listen, I'm telling y'all, there is probably not a band that you could mention that I haven't heard at least one song. Unless it's like super underground. But is he still untouched? Is he? Did he get touched? Hold on now. Buccelli throws a good pass, but no, he's down by contact. That was a good catch. Good catch. 20 yards as they'll get down to about the 25 as 1st and 10 Bills. There's probably not a band you can name that I don't know. That's how vast the music catalog is. For sure. Time flies. That's a fact. For sure. Freddie King. The 3 Kings. As Buccelli on the run again, makes a quick move. He'll pick up about 6 this time. 2nd down. Sounds like you got an older audience for your old soul, Jay. Listen, it just works out, right? I mean, I know we got kids that come in and stuff like that, and I resonate with the kids, and I resonate with the millennials, and I resonate with the seasoned folks as well. See, that's why I love this, because I rock with everybody. I rock with everybody. 2nd and 6, 5 seconds on the play clock. As Buccelli back in the shotgun, quick toss left side, can't get out of trouble. He will lose about 5 yards. Terrible play as he tries to get over to Bell, but he gets swallowed up. It's now 3rd and 9 at the Pittsburgh 24. So maybe one day you should come on when there's no game and just talk and play music. That'd be fun. I'm down for that. For sure. Yeah, I'm down for that. Without a doubt. Have like a nice little like listening session. I'm with it. Big throw, end zone. That's going to be incomplete. Leading to 4th and 9 at the 24. Bills will kick a field goal. Try and turn this into a 1-possession game. Good music is universal. That's a fact. It's a fact. Says I'll be there without a doubt, man. Bill's going to kick a field goal here on a 4th and 9, 42-yard attempt. It is up. And it is good. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Scores 27-20. As the Bills kick a field goal, make this a 1-possession game with 6 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There it is. So if I go through, I'll see if I could find this playlist, and I'll just go through some of these songs. PM Dawn. PM Dawn's one of my favorite groups from back in the day. Um, Obviously Rolling Stones. I feel like everyone loves a Rolling Stone song. SWV. Capital Cities. Daryl Hall and John Oates. Yeah. Isley Brothers. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. Junior Walker and the All Stars. Tammy Terrell. Nina Simone. Like I said, y'all, my catalog goes deep. Stokely, the Beatles. The Drells and Archie Bell. Some of y'all like, who? Go listen to the Drells and Archie Bell. Classic. James Taylor. I bet y'all ain't know I rock with James Taylor, huh? I told y'all the catalog runs deep. I rock with James Taylor. He got about 4 or 5 joints I rock with. Shout out to James Taylor. Tighten up. Shout out to you, Wendy Lee. There it is. Do the tighten up. Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire is definitely one of my tops for sure. Would it be possible to turn halftime to jam sessions or nah? Nah, unfortunately, I'd love to. Unless I could find a way to pay for the licenses for like all the songs we're going to listen to. But that would be cool. James Brown? Love James Brown. There's so many. There's so many. Shout out to God of Chair coming through with the $5 super chat donation. Appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the $5 donation. Says, it was nothing but love till you beat my Jags. Now it's just aggravation. Listen, it's all love. It's all love. You know I'll be rooting for them Jags when they don't play my Bills. You know. Says back in the late 70s, I played Southern rock and hard rock with cover bands, but I had about 6 months I was not with a band, so I worked in a disco and loved it. Let's go. Shout out to you, Outlaw. Listen, I envy a lot of the bands and you know the people that played music way back in the day, because y'all got like the real experience right now. Like I got all kinds of drum machines. Like I got the MPCs and I got the machines and all that kind of stuff. Back in the day, you had to know how to play the drums. You had to know how to play the keyboard. You had to know how to sing. And you know, you there was no AI to help you out. There was no computer programs to help you out. You know, some of y'all had 4 tracks. Y'all had to go make it work with them 4 tracks. As the Steelers are going to drop back here, and that ball is caught for about 4 yards. It'll be second down. You know, back in the day, y'all only had so many tracks. You know, so you had to be efficient. You couldn't take 30 takes to get a song done. 5 minutes. That is a fact. Queen and Freddie Mercury, of course. Without a doubt. Classics. Definitely. So here we go. 2nd and 6. They go back to the run here, right side, picking up about 2 yards. And they're going to call it 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. So week 1, Texans. Week 2, Lions. Week 3, Chargers. Week 4, Patriots. Bills. It's going to be a fun time. Make sure you're here for it. Make sure you subscribe. We always have a good time, good vibes, family friendly. Make sure that you subscribe, share, and tell your family to come through. Giveaways, cash, jerseys, football cards, all kinds of stuff. I might just give you the hat off my head if I'm feeling like it. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. We got some stuff on the way. Let's go Buffalo. I cannot even imagine what music will be like in 50 years. There's actually bands. There's some bands now and some guys that are like trying to bring back that old style of music, and they're doing it all. The singing, the instruments and everything. And it's really amazing. It's really amazing to hear. But there's a few that's doing it. So, there's always going to be talented people out here that's, holding it down for the real music. As Alar's going to throw this incomplete on a 4th and 4, and Bills will get the ball back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. They went for it on a 4th and 4 at the Bills 41. That's going to be turnover on downs. Bills will take it with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the 4th. Are we going to OT? Y'all? Dang. The music we listened to in high school is now considered music that hurts. Classic, yeah, it's now considered classic, yeah. Which is wild. Like SWV is considered classic. Tamia is considered classic. Boys to Men is considered classic now. Backstreet Boys. 90s Madonna's on. Buccelli back in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Throws high. It's going to be batted down. He catches it. Tries to hit the edge and he goes down. Just let it fall incomplete. Why would you catch it and then you lose yardage? You know what? It's preseason, Jay. It's preseason. 3rd and 14. Just bat it down. Third and 14. 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Here we go. 8 seconds on the play clock. As Buccelli back in the shotgun. Steelers bring 4. Looking, throws. Right side down the middle. That's going to be caught. Spins out of it. And picks up a Bills first down. That's going to be to Pettis at the Pittsburgh 47. As we hit the 2-minute warning, y'all. 2-minute warning. So you make a boneheaded mistake and then you follow up with the big play. Good job, Buccelli. Good job. We'll take it. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. So now's the time to make mistakes. Get them out of the way. We sure everything's good on my side. Yeah, everything's good. I'm looking. Everything's clean. Stream health is good. Yeah, stream's healthy. We good. Audio good. No sense getting your blood pressure up, Jay. It's like, right? That's what I said. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm good. It's preseason. Shout out to you, Riley. It's preseason. Just calm down. Just calm down and relax. Shout out to you guys. We're currently at 119 likes. We need 5 more to get to that 125. If you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We need 5 more likes, 5 more thumbs up to get to that 125. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a stream. We got ourselves a 7-point game, 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, Bills at the Pittsburgh 47. Quick timeout, commercial break. Commercial break. Shout out to you. But it looks like the old overdub times your lips have when you speak. The old karate VHS, yo. Quick shout out to Ben Fowler for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Welcome. Too Short, E40, been in the game almost 40 years. It's crazy, right? E40's dropping like a 40 track album. I thought that was insane. Like, why? Just give me 10 good songs. I don't need 40. Give me 10 good ones. Tribe Called Quest, Nas, Boogie Down Productions, classics. Literally. But Nas is still putting out amazing stuff, though. That's for sure. So, but once again, right, I always fall back to old music or older artists, right? The new stuff is trash. It's just completely trash. So for me, it's like, you have to be exceptional to impress me now. Like, it's got to be such a unique sound that makes sense where I'm like, oh, you know what? This sounds really good. You know who sounds really good? This kid named Somber. He's one of the artists that just been blowing up over the past few years. I think he's like 19 or 20, but he plays everything. He plays all of his instruments and he can sing, and he follows like the old method of songwriting and creating and building songs. The kid name is Somber. He's pretty good. As it's going to be a high throw left side, and that is a flag. It was incomplete, but there's a flag. They're going to call pass interference on the defense. This is going to put the Bills down to the 7. First and goal, ladies and gentlemen. First and goal. Ric Flair, where you at? There it is. Shout out to Sade. Yeah. Barry Manilow. Word. It's not about skills much anymore. It's all about image and doing stupid things for attention. Yeah, and I don't rock with that. I just don't. So here we go. Buccelli back under center. Wheeler in the backfield. Steelers press the line. They go to the run. Right side tries to cut through. Stretching. Almost there. He's going to be just short, about a yard away from the end zone. It's going to be second and goal. No OT, just go for 2. Shout out to last week's winner. Shout out to you, Destiny. Cards are on the way. Your Mega Box Topps flagship 2026 football Mega Box is on the way. Shout out to last week's winner. Destiny in the building. Bills Mafia in the house. It's going to be a handoff back to Wheeler. He goes down. Loses a yard. And this will take us to third and goal. Jay Metallica is still out there playing. Yes. Who else? Timeout is called. Dang. I keep forgetting who just came to or not just came, but they recently came to Buffalo. They were at the stadium. It was a big deal. There's so many artists. Was it Manilow? No, not Manilow. I think it was Manilow, wasn't it? Third and goal. Wheeler in the backfield once again. 10 seconds on the play clock. And Buccelli's going to keep it himself. Gets pushed in. No. What a trick play. Direct snap. Buccelli pushes in and Wheeler gets it. I like it. Wheeler gets it in, and that's going to be a touchdown, y'all. Bills touchdown, and now it's a 1-point game. It is a 1-point game, ladies and gentlemen. 1-point game. and they're going to go for two. They are going to go for two. Punch it in for the win. Minute 6 on the clock, 2-point conversion. Down by 1 for all the marbles. Takes the snap, looking. Buccelli on the run, throws it end zone. That's going to be caught. 2-point conversion, ladies and gentlemen. 28-27 Bills. Let's go. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. Under pressure, about to get sacked, finds the open receiver and gets rid of that ball. Beautiful play by Buccelli. Drawn it up exactly how it was drawn. Let's go. Shout out to you, Firewood. Much love, man. Much love. Let's go. Scores 28-27. Bills up with a minute 6. Now it's not over. Steelers do have 3 timeouts and a minute on the clock. So defense, stand up. Defense, stand up. When I say have a game, a preseason game, like the last one before the season, this is a good one. This was a good one. You talk about the Bills being down the whole game, having chemistry issues, special teams issues, the defense, becoming Swiss cheese, and then finding a way to fight back and now in a situation to win the game. All your defense has to do is make one play, and you will end preseason undefeated. I love it. Absolutely love it. Currently, we have 132 likes, y'all. The next goal is 150. If you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We need 17 more likes, 17 more thumbs up to get to that 150 mark. I do appreciate the love and support. Also, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream. Bills up 28-27, minute 6 seconds left here in the fourth. Bills defense need to get a stop. And here we go. 8 seconds on the play clock as Alar takes a snap, looking, throws right to the middle. That's going to be caught for about 3, maybe 4 yards before he runs out of bounds. Stops the clock at 59 seconds. 59 seconds. This feels like football is back. That is a fact. That is a fact. Shout out to you, Babs. What up? Babs Bunny in the building. Lisa says, AA by Steelers. This is the last time Buffalo Bills won all 3 preseason games, 2019. As Alar is going to throw it down the middle once again, and this will be broken up, incomplete. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? We got to bring the train. We got to get the train horns out. Here we go. 3rd and 7. Bills need to make a stop. 1-point game, 28-27, 53 seconds on the clock. 4 down territory, 8 seconds on the play clock here. And here we go. Alar takes the snap, looking, throws right side, and that's going to be batted down, incomplete. 4th down, Bills need to do it one more time. One more time. Let's go defense. Let's go defense. 4th and 7. One more stop is needed. 48 seconds on the clock. 13 seconds on the play clock. Alar back in the shotgun. 4 wideouts. Bills show 4 at the line. Pressure. Looking. Alar throws down the middle. Nobody looking. Incomplete. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ric Flair, where you at? There it is. Bills defense make the last stand. Turnover on downs. Victory formation coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Victory formation coming up. This was a great one. Like I said, wonderful, wonderful time watching this one. It has its ups and downs. I think I'm still on the wave of leaning more towards Wheeler than Gore. I do like what I seen out of Bell, right? I wanted to see Bell involved. He showed up. He had a few really good plays. Buccelli had his issues and mistakes, but he cleaned things up in the end, made some solid plays. Macklin came in. He made some plays, mixed some things up. The defense, right, who struggled kind of at the beginning, got it together, found some chemistry, started making some big plays, getting ahead of the ball, getting ahead of the route. I think this is what you want to see from your second and third string. And to come out you were trailing the whole game, finding a way to come back and win by 28-27. I think this looks really good. It's very promising, and it should be exciting for the Bills fans. Now, it is preseason. It's preseason. But the Bills are undefeated. And that is something that you can ride into. A train. That is a train that you can ride into the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. That is a train that you can ride into the regular season. So shout out to the Jreasn gang. Shout out to the family, all the listeners, all the watchers. This was a great one. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys as well. We'll be back on his heavy Bills the whole game. 186 votes, 73% for the Bills. And they take it at the end by 28-27. That feels good. That feels real good. Shout out to y'all, Law. Says, great job as always, Jay. Have a great next few weeks. See you when regular season begins. Shout out to you, man. As always, much love. And without a doubt, we'll be here, man. We will be here. That is a fact. Babs Bunny, what up? Says, I have missed you. Thank you for this stream. Missed you as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wendy Lee in the house. See you next time. Everybody, thank you, Jay. Shout out to you. Mafia Ma in the house. Bills Mafia in the building. There it is, y'all. Have yourself a great Thursday night. Enjoy the next couple days. I'll see you all on Sunday. Preferably, probably we'll try to do like a 1 o'clock game if possible. Something midday. Something nice and easy. I'll put up the poll, though. We'll see what's out there. See what's actually going to be good. And we'll make it happen. Have yourself a great night. Peace out. Peace out. They like, yo, Jay. We back. We are back. Nope. All right. There we go.